Law Simplified with Justice, the new informative, educative, and thought-provoking program is what you need to keep abreast with law and politics. This exciting and truly refreshing program is anchored by Justice Maduforo, a solicitor.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a soul-searching discussion here with my colleague. We've been dissecting sole responsibility under the individual rule, those under 18 and those above 18 years of age as well.
Law Simplified with Justice understands that law is a powerful driver to human behavior. It is therefore poised to simplify the law and get you to take action.
We'll bring it to your doorstep and simplified the way that you will understand.
Contact Justice by calling 07931 727 597 or email lawsimplifiedwithjustice@yahoo.co.uk. Law Simplified with Justice, bringing the best to the audience.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we always do it here, this is a program that comes your way live for an hour from 7:30 to 8:30 on this channel, Sky Channel 596. You know, we bring all different areas of law and topic on this show. We've discussed immigration laws on this show. We discussed employment law as well. We discuss also commercial contract. We'll be also in the near future discussing oil and gas. We'll bring it here for you to also understand and enjoy this program. Today we are bringing before you criminal law, which is what I explained earlier, which is Identity Cards Act 2010. We're going to be dissecting it. We're going to be discussing from the beginning, which means potential if an offense is alleged to have occurred, the arrest that takes place, the police arrest the individual or the suspect, as it may be, and up to the point of investigation to charge, and therefore the matter goes on from there onwards. Then the suspect turns defendant from there once the matter has been charged to court. Ladies and gentlemen, it is important. If this topic doesn't apply to you, it's important that you listen. You take the number on the screen and take the email. But chance it may not be yourself. It might be someone else that needs legal advice in this area we'll be discussing today. Pass the number through and pass the email through. Let them get in contact with us. We'll get them to the office and we'll take you further instructions and then take the matter on further. Ladies and gentlemen, without bothering you more, I will want to go straight to this issue. But remember that all that we're going to be discussing today are the opinion of the discussant, purely opinion of the discussant. And therefore, it's important that you do not act on them, but you must seek further legal advice before you must act on them. Ladies and gentlemen, with me to discuss Identity Cards Act, I'm very privileged and honored to have on stage today, first of all, from my extreme right is Mr. Mike Conning. Mr. Mike Conning is a solicitor advocate. You're welcome to Law Simplified with Justice.
Good evening, Justice. Great to be here.
Thank you. And my immediate right is Mr. Alex McBride. Mr. Alex McBride is the counsel. You're welcome to this program.
Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, having introduced the guest on the show, I'm sure you will agree with me that it's loaded to discuss and to give their in-depth experience and opinion over this topic called Identity Cards Act. It's a criminal offense created by Parliament to ensure that people maintain within the rules of identity or forgery or falsification of a document, so to say. I want to go straightforward to ask this question, and I'm sure most of you are very strange to this topic. You'll be saying, what is Identity Cards Act? Clearly, in a nutshell, Identity Cards Act is an offense created when an individual uses a document that is false. And then what happens thereafter is what we're going to be discussing. But let me now push the question straight to Alex. You're very close to me. Now, obviously, with your weight of experience dealing with these matters in the future or the past, present, now how will you say Identity Cards document was created, was enacted? What was the idea or the thinking of those who created and said, let's pass into law this legislation called Identity Cards Act? What must have propelled this piece of legislation?
Well, it's a new piece of legislation that incorporates old pieces of legislation as well. But the reason that they put it in was because we were going to have ID cards in this country. And the new coalition government, the Conservative government, decided to do away with that particular part of the Act, which is why the Act came in. But the Act incorporates lots of very important sections which cover false documents, forged documents, and of course the penalties that someone could look forward to, if I can put it like that, if they were to be found guilty of such offences.
Right. That's a nice where you put that. I'm sure viewers will also appreciate the way you've put that analysis in a nutshell. Mike, in terms of this as well, this offence has been created. Alex have said that some of them, obviously, which we're going to be dealing with here, is for those who misuse this document. What sort of document are we talking about here that someone is said to have misused, of which the offence will not arise?
Well, Justice, we're talking about any document, really, that can be used to establish identity. And so it could be a passport, it could be an identification document, but it could be something as simple as a driving licence or similar kind of permit.
Right.
So that the spectrum is quite broad.
The spectrum is quite broad.
And you quite often will find people, for example, who have presented a false driving licence
right.
to obtain employment,
right.
who fall foul of the Identity Cards Act.
So, in a nutshell, can one say that any document that is presented by the presenter and which he or she knows, or at that time, believed to be false, once it's been tendered to another person, and the issue here will be, what if the other person who receives this document did intend to act on it? What must be the element to show that this document, one this person has presented, is false? What is the element that can come from that?
Well, firstly, you should always be aware there are two kinds of offences. One is the offence where you present the document to try and establish a registrable fact about yourself. And the second and simpler offence is where you're simply in possession of it.
Right.
So you're stopped in the street, you're searched by police, they find it, and then you commit an offence as well.
Right. Right. That's correct. So, Alex, in respect to what Mike said in terms of the two-aspect presentation, to prove yourself, who you are, and then possession, a lot of people, let me deal with the second aspect, which is possession. A lot of people tend to believe that this is what I have, this is what was given to me. Quite a lot of excuses or defenses people put forward in possessing a document. Now, under this act, did the law provide any defense to such an offense of possession of a document that this person or this other person knows or are not aware of that is false? Is there any defense to this?
There are defences. The most obvious defence would be that you didn't know, and so therefore you could make out, in theory, that you had reasonable excuse for possessing the document and not knowing that that document was indeed a forgery or was fake. So you could have a defence, but just because there is a defence like that, and saying simply, I didn't know, would not necessarily establish the defence. These things, as they always do in courts of law, turn on the facts and turn on the specific features of each case.
Right.
And so, in my opinion, it's very important for the viewers today to be aware that every case is different.
Right. Every case is different. Fair enough. And so, which is very important that viewers who are watching and you feel that yourself or somebody close to you, a friend or neighbor, is into this kind of a situation. And obviously, it's important that you seek properly good advice to harness and to discuss, and diagnose clearly whether or not this offense is actually created or you have any defense whatsoever, as Alex has pointed out.
Law Simplified with Justice, the new informative, educative, and thought-provoking program is what you need to keep abreast with law and politics. This exciting and truly refreshing program is anchored by Justice Maduforo, a solicitor.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a soul-searching discussion here with my colleague. We've been dissecting sole responsibility under the immigration rule, those under 18 and those above 18 years of age as well.
Law Simplified with Justice understands that law is a powerful driver to human behavior. It is therefore poised to simplify the law and get you to take action.
To bring it to your doorstep and simplified the way that you will understand.
Contact Justice by calling 07931 727 597 or email lawsimplifiedwithjustice@yahoo.co.uk. Law Simplified with Justice, bringing the best to the audience.